Hello, everyone. So good times are coming, like I promised you. The weather is better. President just announced that houses of worship are essential businesses and urged them to open immediately. The holiday of Shavuos is next week, and we started next book of Torah called Bamidbar. Bamidbar in Hebrew means in the desert, because it describes a Jewish life in the desert. But of course, the most important event that happened in the desert is receiving the Torah. And if last week I spoke about significance of receiving Torah on a mountain, so today I want to talk about why we receive the Torah in the desert. On a mountain, but in the desert. Desert is a place which is by definition deserted. No civilization, no people, no vegetation, nothing, empty place. Why to receive Torah in the desert? There's so many beautiful places. We could have received Torah with the beautiful background of the pyramids or Mediterranean Sea, or even better, we could receive Torah in the land of Israel, our land. We would come, all of us, to Israel, come to Jerusalem and receive the Torah. But the interesting thing is that we didn't even have Jerusalem. We didn't even have land of Israel when we received the Torah. So let's talk about a little bit what makes a nation a nation. Look around us. We're surrounded by many nations. Let's look at Europe. Why Spanish people and how they became different and called themselves Spanish as opposed to Portuguese, as opposed to Italian, as opposed to French, Polish, and Russian. What made them different from each other? And the answer is geography. When people spread all over the world, it happened very slowly. Like Torah describes, after the Babylonian tower and the mixture, people started slowly spreading all over the world, and they stopped at certain points. Some went further, but some stopped. These points were geographical borders: rivers, mountains, valleys. These are natural borders of original countries. And when people stayed in one place, in that microclimate, they became slowly different from those who were on the other side of the mountain or on the other side of the river. The language evolved in different ways, and the mentality and the way people talk, interact with each other became different from each other. That's how nations became different from each other. All of them, except for Jewish people. Jewish people, as Torah says, became a nation not as a result of geographical surrounding, but as a result of receiving a Torah. It wasn't a slow process like others. It was an immediate process. In one day, as soon as we received Torah, set of laws, set of moral values, ethics, we became a nation, because we are defined not by valleys and rivers and mountains. We are defined by Torah itself. And that's why Torah was given in the desert, to show that we're not influenced by society, by people, by morality and behavior of anybody around us. It's a desert. As far as we are concerned, we are in the desert. Then and now, we live in a desert. We're not influenced by other nations' opinions and laws. We have our own internal laws and values and morality. We have our internal compass that leads us to the right way. And later, afterwards, then we received a land of Israel as our motherland. But being Jewish, it wasn't dependent on the land where we live. It was a result. Land was given to us as a result of us becoming Jewish people. It's unique, isn't it? And you know what's also interesting? That we are led by our internal compass of to do right thing. And the compass in Hebrew is matzpun, because it shows to tzafon, to north. But you know what? Tzafun, it also means internal. The consciousness in Hebrew, it's also matzpun, because our consciousness is our internal compass, which reminds us that Doing the right thing, it's not always easy, but it's always right. Have a good Shabbos.